So you want to be a motorcyclist, huh? And you're here for me to teach you, right? Or you're here to learn. Let me talk about a few things first. Problem number one, you probably can't even hear me. Ooh, that's a little better. So I was saying, you want to learn to ride a motorcycle, huh? Well, a few things you got to think about first. Are you willing to wear all this gear on this kind of a hot day? It's 12:30 afternoon. Riding a bike. Got to be safe. Got to be protected. Yeah, things you need to think about. Not only that, riding a motorcycle definitely puts in your mind some life-affirming things, some life-denying things, possibility of missing out on stuff, possibility of not seeing things happen. Yeah. Riding a motorcycle is just not something you can go tread into lightly, or at least I hope you don't. It's the sport, like any other sport, has its dangers, has its rewards. Ooh, quality gear. Quality gear fits like quality gear is supposed to. You know, I plan on doing this all in one take, so this will be my first video, and I'll be as real as I can with you. Maybe later on I'll start editing stuff. The 360 is intentional. Reason why, because for a motorcycle, the world is 360. You have to use all your senses. You hear that? I heard somebody come out the car, or the door close and open. Heard the horn go off. Yeah, I heard that. You gotta be, in a motorcycle, you have to be aware of all things. It doesn't stop or start. I mean, it doesn't stop when you're off the bike. It becomes part of life. It becomes part of your life. You start becoming aware of things, and changes your life. I like to say, motorcycling is that activity is a solo activity done in a community. Oh, sorry. The whole point of me being here, or me doing this video, is teaching you guys how to ride a motorcycle. You notice there's no motorcycle around me, right? That's because this is two reasons for that. One is you can't learn how to ride a motorcycle on YouTube or any kind of video platform. You can't learn to ride a motorcycle on YouTube. You can't do any sport or learn any sport on YouTube. So that's why there's no bike here, and why you don't see me on a motorcycle or see me with a motorcycle, because again, the first and most important thing that we have to acknowledge and be aware of anytime is ourselves. At Moto Church, I like to say motorcycle, there's the holy trinity of motorcycling is you, the motorcycle, and the road. First is you, and here we are. I'm talking to you. Talking to you about riding and becoming and starting, maybe reacquainting yourself, or give me a joke and laugh at me. People just watching to laugh and joke at me, or to see what the hell I gotta say. I guess I didn't have to say hell, but you know. I'm human. Another thing I have to remember. Another thing I have to remember on a motorcycle. We're human, meaning we make mistakes. The great thing about motorcycle, actually, you learn a lot of things in life, but one of the great things about life is that a mistake is a learning process. You learn things from mistakes. That's how we learned everything in our lives. We learned through making mistakes and benefiting from them, and changing our path and changing our attack or changing our mode of operating in that path. So there's nothing wrong with a mistake, and a mistake is a great thing. At least I would say so. Learn something. You can also learn from other people's mistakes. And trust in the motorcycling world, there are plenty of mistakes out there that people have done that we can learn from. One causes of crash death, or at least definitely head injuries, would be not wearing a helmet. That's number one. So that says that gear, safety gear, can save your life. And if that's the case, if you want to live while riding a motorcycle, I think it behooves you to wear gear, have gear, quality gear. So, if you were to ask me, how do I learn how to ride a motorcycle? My first thing would be to tell you, take an MSF sponsored course, or Total Control course, or some sponsored course that teaches you the basics and goes into motorcycling and goes about it. I will say that I am a coach, and I've been a coach. I'm not a fan of certain aspects of it, but to learn, it is the greatest thing out there, or the best thing you've got. After you take this course, or take some private lessons, go find someone out there who can show you the ropes of riding motorcycles. Right? And then, of course, like any sport, one of the most important things is practice. Practice, practice, practice. And then once you think you got practice down, practice some more. Motorcycling is an activity that happens all the time. Funny enough, when you first start in the beginning, in an MSF course or with some private lessons or some one-on-one training, again, I am 100% behind sponsored training like MSF, Total Control. I don't know any other ones that's out there currently, but I will learn those and rate those. I don't want to say rate them, but experience those, so I can, one, practice, because even as a rider who's been riding for 20 years, practice never stops, learning never stops, especially on a motorcycle. It's funny. Sometimes it feels like you're going around in a circle. You practice, you learn something, go back, practice, and you learn something again. Practice, you learn something, practice, you learn something, you practice, you learn something again. A circle, that's what they call that. It's not until you step back out to see how much you've learned and how much you've changed and what you've gathered and what the experience has taught you. It's a lot, riding a motorcycle. But again, it starts with you. You have the right, proper mindset. Are you dedicated to being a safe rider, to being a safe person, to not getting hurt, not hurting anyone that you love? All right, in Moto Church, I like to say, ride religiously. And you want to know what ride religiously means? It means to ride as if for a passenger. You have somebody you care about, somebody you love, somebody you wouldn't want to hurt nor see hurt riding along, behind, or with you. Why? Because that causes you to ride consciously. That causes you to ride aware. Always be conscious when you're riding. Always ride aware. The great thing about riding religiously is also, it means to ride all the time. Ride all the time. Remember, I said it before, it's like going around in circles. You ride, you practice, you learn something. You ride, you practice, you learn something. It's not until you step out of it, take a look back or take a look around or take a look what's going on, that you realize, wow, I've done a lot, learned a lot, but it never stops. It takes one to know one, teach, or what is it? Take one, teach one, learn one. I don't know what the saying is, but nonetheless, here's my attempt at teaching those who, the new generation of riders coming out there, who want to ride. Then my thing is, it starts with you. Don't worry about what bike you want, what machine you want to take. I like to call them horses. What steed you want to ride. Don't worry about what kind of riding you want to do.